Hello everyone, Nancy Taylor here. Welcome to today's lower body leg workout. I'm so excited to take you through this workout. You need a little bit of equipment. I have a chair here. This is for Bulgarian lunges, or you can use a stair. I also have heavy dumbbells. We're doing legs today, leg day. Leg day is one of my favorites. That's why I'm filming at my house. I'm in my backyard. I did not want to carry the 20-pound dumbbells and a chair on a hike. So we're here in my little basement, but I did power wash it. Looks great. I'll tell you all about it as we get warmed up. So go ahead and walk it out, caterpillar walk, all the way forward, punch, then walk it back. This is a nice stretch. We're going to do some dynamic exercises to get your body warm. Am I talking fast? I feel like I'm talking fast. That's okay. It'll slow down by the end, right? Probably not. It's going to just be faster and faster. Did you know you can listen to someone and digest what they're saying easier or quicker than they can speak? That's why, does anyone else listen to their podcast on on double time? I love to, or videos. I like to just listen to them on double time because you can listen to them and understand them quicker. But sometimes I like to just listen slow. We do both. We do all of them here. All right, last one, punch. We're going to come to that standing position. I'm going to have you squat. Now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about your legs. Legs are out. You're going to sumo squat down and then up. So I power wash down here because we have had thousands, no joke, thousands of grasshoppers. I guess it's just been like the year of the grasshopper here in Utah. It's been wild. My kids are now just used to them. They used to be like, they'd jump on them and they'd freak out. Oh, there's a grasshopper. Now it's like, oh, there's a grasshopper on your hair. Oh, can you get it out? They're just immune to them now. I just laugh. This is the best. I'm going to be talking to you today as we get into the workout about people pleasing. So if this is a topic that resonates with you, I hope that I have some tips and some things that can allow you to just better navigate this maybe behavior or habit or belief that you have on people pleasing and perfectionism. They go hand in hand. Okay, pull to the bottom. We're just getting those legs nice and warm. 3, 2, 1, time. Come to a standing position. We're going to scoop the floor, cha-cha-cha. Scoop the floor, cha-cha-cha. Now this is perfect. I am filming this probably during their lunch break. They're doing construction behind my house. My neighbor's putting in their yard. And they just paused. They just took off in their truck, heading out. Cha-cha-cha. Okay, let's do one more time, down and back. How have you been feeling? How are your kids doing? How's the house? How are things going? Thank you for showing up. That is the most difficult part, was showing up. Seriously, it took me an hour to show up for you. My microphone was dead, and then I was going to drive somewhere, and then I was like, it's too heavy to carry the weights. And this time we're going to reach for the floor. It's a quad stretch. You can either stand or take it a little bit further extension, and then step, and then pull. Whoa. Just kind of take that slow balance here. Good. That's it. Turn it around. Let's go. Down. And I love the warm up. We have 3 blocks today, and then we'll be on the mat. I didn't mention the mat. You do want a mat or carpet, anything soft. Good. Tug. It's a double tug. Tug. Heel toe. Tug. Heel toe. Tug. Heel toe. Tug. Turn it around. It feels so good to be back. I plan to continue filming workouts after these 30 days. If you're doing them in 2 phases, you have phase 1, it's 5 workouts. This is the beginning of phase 2, which is 5 workouts. Or you could just do, I call it a la carte. You just grab the workout that fits for the day. Something that I like to do, hopefully this is helpful for you. I'm going to have you lunge to the left, then lunge to the right. Good. Opening up in those. What's that? It's not your quad, your groin. Something that I like to do is on Sunday, I do a power hour. This is a strategy that I love. I do it for business. I do it for my home. I do it for my workouts. I will plan out my workouts for the week. So then I'm not showing up Monday what do I want to do today? What do I feel like? Because you're going to feel like the shortest workout. You're going to feel like doing the thing that you're good at, Mine was always legs and HIIT and cardio. That's what I'm good at, and I love doing it. So I would avoid the things that I wasn't strong at. So if I intentionally, with my prefrontal cortex, plan ahead, shake out those arms, good. Jog in place or march in place. I plan ahead on what workouts I'm going to do. Now that's the beautiful thing about this program is you can just go in order and then repeat those 5 workouts for the next week and 3 weeks in a row. And then you get this new slate of workouts. Isn't it wonderful? You can be marching in place as well. I will always show modifications if I don't. So not always, but I try to. Let me know in the comments if you need a modification for any of the exercises. All right, we're going to continue warming up in block number 1. Let's go. Let's get those legs. Bulgarian split lunges. It is a mountain. We're going 10, 20, 10. So we're going to be doing 10 on one leg. The Bulgarian lunge, you can do a quad focus or a hamstring focus. I put this leg up on a stair. I kind of would like a little bit shorter, but oh well. And the further I am away from it, you'll just notice when you go down, it will work your hamstring more. But if I'm a little bit closer, it can focus on my quad, the front of my leg. I'm just kind of going middle. So we're going 10 of them, down and up. 2, join me. My back leg is flat. Good. 4, you could grab just one dumbbell. Do what you can today. I like to start heavier and then go lighter from there if I need. 6, if it bothers your knee at all, don't go as deep. 8, last 2. 9, last 1. Good. Okay, put the weights down. Remember what leg you had. We're going to go to lunge. You're here. You can step and switch, or you can hop for 20. 19, 18. Good. Woo. Ah, 10 more. A little quicker. Whew. It's getting warm. Our AC went out too. And my husband is watching the kids. I can hear him upstairs. Oh, that got my heart rate up. A little cardio burst there for you. I want to use the same weights for this block. Other leg. He's taken all the cuties to Home Depot to go get a new part. I love it. I'm just so grateful he's home. Sometimes things will go out and he'll be on a trip. And I'm like, all right, this is my chance to learn. Here's my opportunity. Because my old brain would be like, it's not fair. I can't do this. Mike, this will be so helpful to know how to do this next time this happens. Right? 5. Now, when we talk about mindset, my thought swaps, it's not so that you're positive all the time, because that's not human. Like, we have emotions. We have thoughts that create sadness and that create overwhelm, and it's healthy. It's part of the human experience. It's when we start to recognize that we're suffering from our own, like we're creating unnecessary suffering and pain. So for example, that was 10. If something breaks down in my house, it's not necessary for me to, oh, this is the worst, it's so terrible, I can't do this. I can do that, but it's going to make the experience a lot more difficult. It's not necessary. Now I can say this is challenging, and that word and, I don't use but, it's and, because it's expansive, it's abundant. I'm catching my breath. We have 2 more times. Bulgarian split lunges always get me. That's why we're starting with them. So use the word and next time you find yourself with a thought that's not supportive. It's okay, don't judge the thought. Just be like, oh, there's that thought. How wonderful. How interesting, brain, that you're offering that thought, and I can figure this out. Or, and we can do this. When my kids have the mantra that I like, you can take this. if they're having like a hard moment, let's say that they're yelling or hitting, crying, whether it's hunger or whatever is causing it for them to get so upset. We know it's their thoughts that's making them angry, but you know what I mean, when they're hangry. So I say, this is normal. They are good kids. I'm a good mom. And we can handle this. And I like to add in there, we can handle this with God. So maybe we offer a prayer. Maybe we pause and we read a book. I just think that that puts the perspective. It takes all the pressure off of me, and it's a team effort. Whew. 3, 2, last one. Now, if you're hunching forward, make sure that you have a strong core that's going to allow you to keep that back from doing this with the weights. I want it to be strong core. So I pull in like I'm zipping up, really intentional. And then I have that good core, good posture. Okay, let's go. Whew. I can't talk right now. Last. That was easier that time. I think I went faster. Catch your breath. We're going to the other leg. You get to do this. You're getting stronger. It doesn't mean it's not challenging. How can you find comfort in the discomfort? How can you find peace? How can you surrender? Rather than forcing and doing. If you're like me, oftentimes I attach, perhaps you do the same, accomplishments. Did I get my to-do list done? 10, guys, 10 on this side. And that determines how I feel that day, I think, in my brain. It wasn't a good day, or it was a great day. I did all these things. And how often do we get into the habit of doing versus being? Looking into our kids' eyes, holding them. They're not interruptions. They are. If you think about it, what do you truly care about? It's that relationship with your child. It's that relationship with yourself. Speaking to yourself in a way that God would love to see. He would love to hear you cheering yourself on. Woo. 7. 30 more. Last 2. Come on. Last one. I'm sweating. Oh, I think these are the hardest thing ever. And we did them. Okay, we have one more mountain to climb with the Bulgarian lunges. You're going to be so glad you did them. They're going to get easier. They really do. It's in the moment when we think, I can do this. It's uncomfortable, and I can do it. And. Just have that little word and. It's going to be your little saving grace when those automatic beliefs come in that parenting's hard. And a lot of times we'll offer those thoughts like as support to another mom. Their child's acting out and you could say, oh, I know parenting's so hard, or the grocery store can be so difficult. And you're saying it to show empathy and consideration, but sometimes offering that thought isn't the thought we want them to believe. It could be you're doing a great job. You're patient and kind. I can tell you truly care about your kids. And maybe in that moment, if they're yelling and upset, maybe they're not acting in alignment with their true identity, how they want to show up as mom, that's probably when they need your love and compassion the most. Not your judgment, not your, I would never do that. Just think of how that feels in your body when you judge and think that we're better than someone. That's what happens when we compare. We either think we're better than someone or worse off. Neither are helpful. So when you step into comparison, remind yourself, we all are on a journey. I think that's 10. It's got to be. This leg's dying. Holy mackerel. Is that a thing? 20 lunges. All right, who's ready? You cheering me on? I'm cheering you on. We got this. Whew. Good. It's 10 each side, if you're curious on that one. It's our last set. Hallelujah. Yeah, you feel me? 3 blocks, that's it. Hardest ones. This is the last time. We won't see them again. We're not mad about that, are we? I sure am not. Notice when you pick up your weights, not from my back. Pick from those, squat down. Back is flat, just like I'm doing a squat. Let's do this. Here, I'm gonna put my chair over here. Mix it up a little bit. It just feels a little bit more in alignment. Okay. I'm not stepping on a weird corner of my mat. Slight bend in those in the hips. Here, I'm slightly forward, not straight up and down. 5 more. I'm dropping a weight. If I'm not getting up or my form is slacking, it's okay. Whew. Last one. Let's do the other side. We're gonna do a weird shaped mountain. No downhill. 1. Hitting 10. You can do this. Come on. I'm shaking. We're strong. Push yourself, but not to the point where form is lacking. 10. Okay. We gotta do plunge jumps. Ready? Hit it. Jello. Last time. High five. I'm so proud of you. All right, block number 2. And just so you know, I filmed block number 2 and then it didn't record. So my legs are toast. So I had double dumbbells on when I filmed. I'm gonna use 1 because I'm doing it again. We're doing step ups on the right leg, 10 rounds, and then 10 on the left, and then we have squat jumps. Now, I killed it on the message too, so I'm just gonna try and repeat what I already said. So we're gonna step up, it's 10. I'm gonna hold this, I guess on this side. We'll see how lopsided I feel. You're going to do 10 on each side. Again, you can have both dumbbells. That's what I would prefer. I just noticed my legs are starting to shake. I don't want to hurt myself, but I want to do this with you. So you guys have the walk through. You can do it in real time. I love following along in real time. 4. Good. Keep going. That's it. 5 more. Or 4 more, I'm not sure. It's probably 2 more, but my counting is not good. 3, 2, last one. Good. And last. Woo. Okay, other side. Let's go. Step up, tap, down. Now, talking about people pleasing and talking about perfectionism. Woo, right there. For people pleasing, this is something that I see often in coaching calls, when I do life coaching calls, is we'll agree to do things or say yes to things or not set boundaries because we're worried what other people will think. We're worried that they'll judge or be sad. But we don't control how other people feel and what they think. We only control what we think and what we do. There was a therapist that said to my good friend, Becky Smith, and I just filmed an interview with Becky on my main channel about relationships. Go check it out. My main channel is just Nancy Taylor. Okay, squat jumps. She said I would be out of a job as a therapist, 20 squat jumps, modification, go to the balls of your feet, if these two things were done. Number one, communication, thoughts, feelings, concerns, letting people know your needs, your wants. And the second thing is boundaries, setting boundaries. So number one, with communicating, my husband loves pickleball. So he had said, it was a while ago, I got coached on this, that he'd be gone 2 hours. So I'm like, oh, he'll be home for bed and dinner. And then he wasn't home 2 hours. The third hour went by. It's like, hey, I'm pretty sure that's 20. Okay, round 2 and 3, we have 2 more rounds. He wasn't home. So I'm like, okay, now I'm getting to the point where I'm frustrated because I'm thinking he should be home and he's not. And all sorts of stories. I get the kids to bed. Now, let's back up. My husband wasn't even supposed to be home that day. He got a flight earlier. Something was canceled. And knowing that he wouldn't be home until I was in bed, I would have gone through bedtime routine with a lot less anger, frustration. But it was the thought my husband should be home. That's what caused the anger and the frustration. And I didn't text him or call him or communicate at all. He got home and I ignored him. I was so mad at him. And then I said, you were gone really long. That was it. That is my communication. Although I was frustrated. So that number one, that communication. So I told him, I expected you home 2 hours because that's what you said. Would it be easier if we just didn't put a timeline on when you'd be home? Because he'll play, there's 4 players, and other leg, switch the other leg. And when that happens, they want to keep playing. If he leaves, they can't play, or they can do singles, but they're kind of dependent on each player to be able to continue playing, continue practicing, drilling, whatever it may be. So we decided I just removed that expectation, and I'm so much happier and if I was like, I need you home at dinner time, I really want you home, I would communicate that. But do I need him home at dinner time? Absolutely not. I do dinner time and bedtime by myself all the time. It was just the thought he should be home. That's why I felt that way. So I just removed that expectation. I'm like, you go play pickleball, love it. When I go to Target for hours, he's not like, you were gone forever to just spend a ton of money. Like, he's patient and, oh, did you have fun? How was it? And I love it. I'm like, I just love, no one likes to be told what to do, right? We don't like to be told what to do when we're adults, when we're kids, no, we don't. Okay, squat jump. So communication. The second one, boundaries. With boundaries, I always thought, once I set the boundary, no eating before dinner, 1 hour before dinner, I thought my kids will just follow it. That made me really frustrated because they don't. The boundary is for you. You are the only one that can break your boundary. Nobody else can break it. So when I set the boundary and I say, no food before 1 hour before dinner, the kitchen's closed. This is because my kids won't eat, one of them won't eat their dinner. He eats all the treats. And so if I set that boundary, I have to follow through. It's my job. His job is to try and get the candy, to sneak it. That's his job. So when that happens, I'm like, oh, this is the part where he tries to sneak the candy. This makes sense. This is normal. Not, this is impossible. My kids never listen. Just think of how that's not helpful. So then I'm like, okay, here's the boundary. I see that you're eating. And then step up 10 times. Last round, guys. We can do this. I'm able to communicate the boundary again, and then perhaps I put a consequence. It might be a natural consequence, or I say, I'm sorry, your tummy's hurting. Like, maybe that's the natural consequence that day. Maybe I set in a consequence where I often do a privilege to play with friends. It's a privilege to watch shows on the iPad. Those are privileges, so they can lose a privilege.
And that seems to work with my kids. I don't know. All the parenting experts out there are probably like, don't do that. There's so many different opinions. I truly believe in your mom intuition and knowing what works best for your kids. And in a way that it's coming from love, and it's coming from, I truly care about you and our relationship and your health. So that's why I would set those boundaries. So like a fence and a dog trying to get out of the fence, it's a boundary. It's the dog's job to try and get out. And you enforce it. Whether it is, you maybe put the dog on a leash inside the fence until they're able to not jump the fence. Whatever it is, you enforce it and you follow through. They will test the boundary. Isn't that so much more helpful? Then you're not depending on someone else. It's you. And I like to often think in the relationship with God. We're in this together. I'll often pause and pray. Help me to know what to say to my child. Help me to know how to communicate, how to teach them, because you really aren't on your own. You're going to have inspiration and guidance, squat jumps that like this isn't coming from me. Maybe it's a thought someone put in my brain earlier, or maybe it's a scripture I read that's coming to remembrance. Oftentimes we do the work to put that stuff in here, to filter the good in here. It will come when you need it. It will come in those moments. Awesome, guys. Proud of you and myself for doing this block 2 times. We're going to the mat for block number 3. I think that was 10 or 20, We're going to end it there. High five. Jello legs. All right, we're on the floor. We're going to finish up here with block number 3. Great job, everyone. Awesome work. Now, as we're moving to the floor, you're on all fours. We're going to work our right leg, then our left. Okay, so I'm going to flip this way. This leg. Okay, it's just going to have a fire hydrant up and down. Just follow my lead. You chill over there. I'll take you through. Pull your belly button in. Right here, like I'm tightening up those jeans. I have a really good foundation here. Slight bend in your elbows. We focus on little cues to correct that form, so you're not just like going through the motions. There are some points when I want you just to freestyle, allow your body to move where it wants to move. I love that. Right now, we want connection. Okay, kick that leg back, up, down, up, down. Now, if you're arching, pull that belly button in, up, down, working that glute, working that back. Okay, proud of you. You got this. You can do it. So if you fall into the habit, a lot of times the beliefs are, I don't have enough time, or I'm too busy. Let's say that someone needs an emergency babysitter, and you don't want them to be sad or upset, but you were planning on taking a nap while your baby naps. So you say yes, and then at the end of the day, you're depleted. It's hard to make dinner. You choose. Did you want to? Like, was that something that you didn't have to? 4-point move. I kick it back, up, in, and sometimes you want to. Maybe it is, I really, really wanted to help them out. They helped me out. That's something I want to have white space in my day. I call it having margin for those moments when someone needs help or support. And maybe it's my own child. Maybe they need me to come pick them up. Maybe I have teenagers and they need a ride or need me to come get them. I want to have margin in my day so I can do that. But notice that limiting belief of, I don't have time, I'm too busy, that those can often keep you stuck. And if you do notice that you're consistently putting others' needs before your own, you feel depleted at the end of the day, emotionally drained. A lot of times mothering young kids is putting their needs before your own. So how can you fill your emotional cup? Double time. How can you... because people pleasing is different than taking care of children. It can be emotionally taxing, physically, mentally, all of the things. So how can you fill that cup? It might be uncomfortable for you to wake up before the kids do because you're so tired. Okay, switch the other side. I often think that with your habits, if you are wanting to wake up before the kids, up and down, you might be needing to stop doing something else. So maybe you need to stop staying up late, watching shows. I've coached several women on their morning routine. And a lot of times in the evening, it's, I deserve this. I'm so tired. This is my time. And then you wake up the next day depleted and lack of energy and clarity, and you're feeling behind already. And it all started with rest. It all started with the evening. So when you're looking at filling your emotional cup, what do you need to stop doing so you can start doing the new habit? If you want to have a morning routine where you're up before the kids, legs straight back, lift up and down, then perhaps you need to stop watching the shows. Or like you could plan, using that power hour strategy, you can plan one day, and I'll leave link below. I have the power hour training. It's one of the most popular trainings in my paid for program. And the power hour is where you plan ahead intentionally. Maybe on Friday will be your movie night. So instead of every night, it's on Friday. And you might notice, I stayed up Friday and I was dragging Saturday. It's just not worth it. It's the temporary comfort of I get to enjoy this movie and relax. And then it has a long-term discomfort or a long-term effect on you. So if I have temporary discomfort of I'm going to bed, I don't want to, it's going to have a long-term result and success of I feel energized and I feel so much better. My mom used to always say, 4-point, what do you want most versus what do you want now? So it's that temporary discomfort for that long-term success. Back, up, in, 4-point move. Up, in, down, back, in. So get clear on what your needs are, and we don't have to overcomplicate it. It doesn't have to be, I'm going to do my morning routine and read a book and I'm going to run every day. If you're trying to establish a bunch of new habits, you'll feel very defeated and very tired. Pick one. That's it. Pick one. Choose one thing to focus on. What if it's just drink water? What if it is just show up for these workouts? And I say just because I want you to make it simple, because then it's kind of laughable. Like, I can do that every day. Double time now, round and round. And then watch yourself, because it's the compound effect. They compound over time where you start to change. Because you're drinking more water, you're feeling better, you have better digestion, you want to go running. It's like if you give a mouse a cookie, then what happens? Then all this little ripple effect, you're ready for the next habit. 3, 2, time. Okay, sit those hips back, down, good. I want those hips high, chest comes down. I want you just to take a little free stretch. I'm going to give you a minute just to go where your body wants to go. Stretch where it needs stretch. Where does it feel tight? We're all done. Maybe your glutes are tight, so you want to come here. Maybe you're feeling some tension in your neck. Where are you feeling tight? Let your body go there. Wiggle, move. Maybe you're in cat-cow, but your hips are moving side to side. Just relax into the motion. Allow your body to freestyle. I love downward facing dog. Maybe you want a good stretch in the back of those legs. Push those shoulders down. Take a nice little walk. That's it. Good. Your body deserves this. It's like a nice hug. Just allowing it to move, showing it gratitude for all that it does for you. Your brain has 4 to 1. 4 times. Oh, my cutie husband's calling me. Just a sec. Sorry, my husband called me. Sit back. 1 foot at a time. Your body will tell you what it needs. Maybe it needs more quiet. Maybe it needs more time to just breathe. Reach up. Open up that chest. Maybe it needs more movement, more water, more nourishment. Whatever it is, you know. Someone else can't tell you. No, that's different than going to the doctor and they can let you know if you need something, but a lot of times you know what it is, whether it's more sleep, more time to yourself. Perhaps you need to get a babysitter. You feel like I just need that break, that pause. Let's take a couple breaths. Inhale through your nose and out through your nose. It's a belly breath, so get it down to that diaphragm. 2 more. One more. And you're done. Way to go. Awesome work today. Leg day, no joke. My legs are tired. We worked hard. We had some quick twitch exercises, some heavy dumbbells, and a great mindset message. I hope you guys have a fabulous day. I'll see you in the next workout. Bye, guys.